for joining us. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Kyla Grogan. So double trouble slamming Hawaii. Tropical stormy cell over the Big Island right now, but Hurricane Julio also on its way.
What's happening is we've got this upper level disturbance that's moving towards the southeast, coupled with our low pressure system that's tracking across. You can see what happens here. The warm sector starts to move to the north, that warm moist flow coming in, and that means for the southeast, we're going to have some rainy weather heading your way too. We've got high pressure building in. It's going to bump that disturbance out of the way. High pressure comes in. It means clear skies, which means sunshine for everybody for the weekend. It's so fun when I get to tell you the good stuff.
Well, let's bring it back.
The thing about this video is it looks like the person stops, thinks about it, and goes for
Here
it.
it is.
I can't imagine.
Okay, they're going.
I remember interviewing a search and rescue guy, right? The guy that comes out in the helicopter when you're the idiot that drives in the water and has to get you out of there. And he said, you know, tell people this. If they can't think of their own safety, think of mine. I've got a family too.
Right.
You know?
Put other people, innocent people in harm's way.
And that's why that law exists in Arizona.
So Atlanta, your average is 89 degrees, and as you can see, we will not be getting down to that tomorrow. We'll get into those 90s, and we'll keep moving up on Thursday. By Friday, we'll start to pull back because we've got some showers coming into our forecast as we get to Friday afternoon and evening. That will help cool us down. So, Paul, the good news is this isn't going to be prolonged in the sense of it's not going to be a week of awful heat, but it is going to be a couple days. And the trade-off is you want it to cool down, we got to get the rain in here.
And you know, all those 3 or 4 weeks, they had very low humidity, low temperatures in Atlanta.
Wasn't that nice?
I was out of town.
Yeah, I was in Charlotte last night, and let me tell you, the humidity was incredible. I was glowing.
Oh, sweating, I guess.
That's what happened,
We would sweat, you glow.
So here we are right now already, pretty early in the day. 85 degrees in Dallas, 86 out at DFW at the airport. It's warm, it's humid, and in fact, we have got heat advisories up for parts of Texas heading into Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City, and an excessive heat warning for Tulsa. So it's a dangerous heat. This is the kind of day where you've got to take your precautions today. Stay nice and cool. A large area of high pressure is in control. That jet stream well to the north. That means nothing stops us from heating up, and that's what we're going to see today. So while you see those temperatures in the 90s in Amarillo, Lubbock, look at Abilene, 99 degrees today. We're going to see this go even further as we start to get through our week. So tomorrow, take a look at these temperatures. 99 in Dodge City, Kansas, Abilene 99. You can see Dallas there at 98. And by Friday, we are all not just flirting with the triple digits, we're taking them to the dance. Look at this. 102 in Amarillo, 100 in Dallas, Dodge City 104. So Dallas, your average this time of year is 96 degrees. You can see today we'll beat that and then head on up. Oklahoma City, same story for you, 5 to 6 degrees above average. So be careful today, everybody.
It's scary.
Absolutely heartbreaking when you hear the terror that these people went through. You're looking at pictures of an EF1 tornado that tore through a Virginia campground this morning, and the National Weather Service has confirmed that it was an EF1. This campground was near Chariton, Virginia.
And joining us on the phone, Bill Samler from the National Weather Service in Wakefield, Virginia.
Bill, you're on the team that surveyed there. Can you tell us what some of the telltale signs are of things that you saw, damage that you saw that made you rate this at EF1?
The biggest piece, Kyla, was the trees, and when you see really large trees, and some of these are 75, 100-year-old loblolly pines that have withstood a lot of storms.
Now, Bill, you were on the scene, and I'm just curious if you saw any structure. I mean, it doesn't look like in a campground people really had anywhere to go, but did you see any structure that might have provided some shelter for them?
You know, it's really hard, Kyla, to pinpoint any one structure. There are some buildings that would offer, for example, more substantial structure than a tent or a camper.
Very dangerous, but an interesting phenomenon when we get a dust storm. Well, we are going to see rain returning to the desert Southwest. The upside of that is it's going to cool many of you down. Phoenix, you're one of the places that's going to see less than triple-digit heat for a few days. How's that sound? Well, the monsoon season does bring the rain in. It starts June 15th and ends September 30th, and over 50% of their annual rain totals fall during this season. The storms can cause strong winds, rain, and as you saw, dust storms. Pretty incredible. What happens is high pressure moves in. It tracks into the southwest, and we get the circulation of the high pressure is clockwise. It draws all of that moisture in, and that's why we start to see this seasonal reversal of winds that brings in all of the rain, the showers, and the storms. So new advisories come out every 3 hours, 2, 5, 8, and 11, both AM and PM. And as that information comes out, we are going to give it to you right away so that you can stay on top of exactly what's happening with Tropical Storm Arthur and how it will affect you, how it will affect your family, and what preparations you need to make sure that you are staying safe. So you are in the right place, everybody, for the information. And let's talk tropical weather right now with your tropical update. And you know, believe it or not, Tropical Storm Arthur, not the only thing happening, but these other two tropical storms, Douglas and Alita, they're heading out to sea. So we're not concerned about them because they're not really impacting land. A very different story when we get to Tropical Storm Arthur. Right now has the winds at 50 miles per hour, the pressure about 1,003 millibars. And I just saw a picture on Twitter of clouds starting to come ashore, the outer bands in Daytona Beach. Pretty interesting to see. I just retweeted that one. Take a look at this. We are looking at high-res enhanced satellite. That shows us the higher cloud tops. And as you can see, they're not in Florida and the mainland. They are out over the Bahamas right now. That's where they've been seeing a lot of the rain and the wind from this. We're getting a little bit of rain as we start to see kind of the circulation coming around here. You can see it trailing into Florida, but nothing major to speak of. However, rip current's a very big concern. So if you are by the beaches, please be careful. That wind can pile that water up and make those rip currents intense. Also, we're expecting some rain out of this between now and Thursday. You can see 2 to 3 inches there from Daytona Beach down to Jupiter, about 1 to 2 as we head further points inland into North Florida. The winds right now also not too bad as we look at the sustained winds. Vero Beach getting about 18 miles per hour. We've got a few buoys out here in the water, and one of them reporting 27 miles per hour. Freeport, they're seeing about 18 miles per hour. All right, now let's talk about where the tropical storm watches are up, where you need to be on alert, and that is from Daytona Beach right on down to Fort Pierce. So along the east coast of Florida, there what's along called the Space Coast, the Emerald Coast. We're keeping an eye out for you. Now let's talk about the cone of impact. Now this is where the center of the cone is estimated to go. Of course, if it goes to the right or left, big difference. This could become a hurricane on Thursday. We're going to keep an eye on that as we watch this intensify. And as you can see, it could cause big problems for places like Cape Hatteras. As we get a little further, if we go into Friday and to Saturday, could possibly affect New England as well.
We actually have a clip from 30% chance of betrayal. It's pretty intense soap opera. Check it out.
Tabitha, I feel like you're holding something back. What are you hiding from me?
Nothing, Landon. I told you the truth. That we'll be experiencing a cold front coming in from the northwest with highs in the upper 40s.
That's not what the National Weather Service said last night.
So those are not new shows coming to the Weather Channel, but Weather Geeks is a new show coming to the Weather Channel.
I think we could pull it off.
I told you it was low pressure. It's low pressure, Kyla. Please,
low pressure.
trust me.
I can't hear it anymore. See, we could do this.
I would like to hear more.
Well, it's Friday. Yeah, okay.
Everyone at home is going, please stop, please.
All right, thanks, guys. That was a nice little break. We're going to get serious once again. Coming right back, Storm Tracker Jim Cantori with the Tropical Update.